Today, I'm going to be playing chess until my opponent blunders their queen. Let's just get straight into it. We're going to be playing 3-minute blitz here. Obviously, the less time my opponent has, the more likely it is that they're going to blunder their queen. I think that goes without saying. They play e6, attacking my bishop. I'm just going to drop the bishop back to b3. If they take, we'll just take with the a pawn. Yup. And now the rook gets a lovely a file. And there's more opportunity for like a queen blunder. So we'll play knight c3, get the knight out. I was going to play h3, but since there's no live squared bishop to pin the knight to the queen, I'm just going to go ahead and castle. I don't really have a strategy here, but I'm going to just do some simple development. I don't think there's any early tactics that can really help me with my opponent blundering their queen. It's really just up to them making a mistake. It's not a very me-dependent challenge. It's entirely dependent on my opponent deciding that they don't want to win. Okay, the knight goes back, and then the pawn gets pushed. That's such a strange move. Obviously trying to develop the rook, but we're not going to take here. Actually, we will. I don't know why I said we were not going to take and then we instantly took, but we took. The rook's probably going to take back. Yeah, the rook took back. And now I'm going to put the knight in the center. It doesn't really do much because it can easily get kicked. Okay, the other knight gets developed. And maybe if I just play like c3, maybe try to prepare d4, that might get us like somewhere. And I don't see any way. Okay, the knight gets kicked, so it's going to go back. Now it's attacking the rook, so the rook's probably going to go back to maybe f7 or f8. And in that case, I'll probably just take the pawn on e5 with my knight, and then when it takes back, I take with the rook, and we're just going to be up a pawn. Okay, yeah, the rook goes back, so we'll take this pawn with our knight. If the knight takes back, then we're going to take back with the rook, and we're simply just up a pawn. Okay, does not choose to take, chooses to put the bishop on f6, attack the knight. Now the knight is being attacked twice by the knight and the bishop, and it's only defended once. So I could defend here with the bishop, but I think just trading off is just a little bit better. And the queen's still on the board, so that's nice. So now I'm probably going to look to get my queen out. If I go queen here, then there's probably like ideas of sacking the bishop on c3. So I probably won't do that. But what I will do, okay, maybe I can't put the knight anywhere here. The knight could go here, but then the bishop just goes back. So what I will do is probably just play, this is a decent idea. Okay, let's go rook e2. I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to get my opponent to blunder their queen. So I do need to keep the queens on the board. I'm going to go maybe queen e1 here. Just look to create some pressure here. Okay, the rook comes over. I guess we can take. The queen is still on the board. If he takes with the rook, then we can probably go over to d1 and look to just get the queen into the attack. Okay, the rook comes over to f8. So maybe just h5 with the queen. And okay, so the queen gets pushed away. Now maybe I should just play this. But then if the bishop goes back to g7, then I have to go to like e3. But honestly, I like that. So I'm gonna go here. If the bishop attacks, we'll just go back to e7, or sorry, e3, and then look to create some pressure here. Okay, interesting. So moves the knights to f5, attacking the queen, obviously. So the queen has to move because I don't have any tempo, or I could take here. But then the queen takes, and I don't really know what the follow-up here is. Okay, so I'll just take here. Okay, the queen takes back. And now what I will do, okay, so if this bishop moves here, let's say, for example, then the queen and the rook have a battery on f2. So I'm not sure what to do. I am running out of time here, so I'm going to have to play a little bit fast. If this, I'll just take with the queen. Actually, no, I can't do that because then there's this. So if this, I'll probably just have to go back here and lose the bishop. So I do think I messed up a little bit here. Okay, queen takes here, but we'll just take b7 and look to attack here. Okay, that gets played. Oh, I just lost. Okay, now we can bring the bishop back, and he can't take because the queen is defending. Okay, and then that's just checkmate. So we didn't end up getting our opponent to blunder the queen here, but we'll just move on to the next game. And I'm going to see if I can employ a bit of a strategy, which is to just get my queen out early. Maybe it'll provoke my opponent to get their queen out early. Okay, we do see a pawn push attacking the queen. I'm going to give a check on a5. They're probably going to block with the bishop. Okay, blocks with the knight, which is better because it's just more standard development. Okay, the bishop comes out. Obviously, if the knight moves, it's going to attack the queen, but we're not too worried about that. There's nowhere the knight can go that kind of scares me just yet. So we'll just feint the bishop and look to castle on the king side. And if this challenge takes a bit too long, I'm probably going to switch over to my alt account, which is like a little bit lower rated elo, because I feel like obviously it might be a bit easier. So we're going to take the bishop back, or sorry, take the knight back with our bishop and just castle on the king side. So it's very important that I don't allow my opponent to trade the queens off. Okay, bishop to c4 gets played. I'll just play d6. If takes, we take back with the queen. But then this, actually, no, that's not a problem. Okay, we'll play d5 because he allows us to. Okay, now the bishop has to go back. Now, because most of my pawns are on light squares, I'm going to look to get rid of my light squared bishop and just solidify my light squares. Okay, pushes the pawn. We're just going to take the knight. If he takes back, we're going to play e6. And now, okay, the pawn gets pushed. We just go back and try something here. I really don't know what to do. Like, this is such a opponent dependent challenge. Okay, that move gets played. Okay, plays that. Bishop h6. If I take here, obviously the bishop's going to take back. And if I don't, he may just take here. So let's just play maybe rook e8 and see if he takes. If he, okay, he takes, we'll take back. Maybe he'll play something like this and just give us like the free win on the challenge, but most likely not. So, okay, the pawn gets pushed. But I'm just going to bring my rook over to the h file and look to this push. That may result in like him blundering his queen. Not very likely. Okay, the other rook comes over. And now I'm going to play b7. Sorry, b6. Try to get the knight into the game. Oh, maybe I could take here and open up the a file for the rook. Yeah, a bit of a change of plans there, but yeah, we're just making things up on the fly, honestly. So now I'll play rook a4, attacking this pawn. Might have to defend it with the queen. I don't see any other way. Okay, yeah, he has to defend it with the queen. Okay, or he could play b4. But I can just take this now, and now the bishop is pinned to the queen. Okay, he just plays rook a1, but this is pinned. The bishop's pinned, so I think I should maintain the pin and then try to get like a knight in, and maybe he'll just make a mistake and move the bishop. So I'm going to play rook b3, keeping the pin. Okay, the other rook comes over. Obviously, he's looking to get the rooks off the board. I want to keep the pin here, so I'm going to play maybe this rook c3. And if he does play this, I probably will have to just take the trade, unfortunately. But the queen is still on the board. His queen is still on the board, which is good.